What's going on, YouTube? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at what exactly happened with the stock market today. What happened with SPY? I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown, and I want you to understand that what happened today is not a surprise. Okay, let's look at where SPY started. So you're going to see a resistance line here because we had resistance at the beginning of the day. Then we found support down here. So SPY tried to come down and the bulls started fighting right away. Then they went across, and of course they were fighting their butts off, and finally they got some support down here and decided to make this a nice bull run, guys. Okay, and this is probably surprising a lot of people, but did not surprise me. I'm going to show you guys why. Okay, I also want to show you that if you're using the indicator, guys, okay, you have some easy entries over here. Let's walk through it. Okay, so we saw a cloud flip here, and in the live room we took some puts there. Okay, then we had another flip on the 5-minute, nice entry there. Okay, and of course that one ran up real nice, and then we had another entry here, and of course some of us that know how to scalp, we scalped right in this area, which I don't recommend. If you are a new trader, just use the clouds. But a lot of good entries there, guys. Very simple, not hard at all, but you can see that what SPY did is not a surprise. Now, why do I say it's not a surprise? So let's take a look, guys. So when the cloud flipped, okay, or let's just count from the bottom. So when we found support, okay, we ran up $6 and about $6.80. Okay, so last time the stock went down, found support, it went up $3, but if almost $4, if we go back, okay, let's count this one here as well. Look at that, $4 run up, guys. So every time the stock falls, we will see a nice jump up. Okay, so we counted the $3 one, we have 4, then we had the 3, and then look at this here. Okay, stock fell down, okay, and then pulled back 462. Okay, now we had another pullback here, 425, and so on and so on. So anytime the stock goes down, guys, you're going to see a nice pullback. Okay, these are the resistance and supports for the day. Now I can disappear these off my chart because that's what I use to day trade. So I understand what are the areas that can be very vulnerable. And you saw that we broke that resistance on the way up. Now, one of the things that I want to point out, guys, is that when you use this indicator and we have our line here, okay, we get a nice power move on the 5-minute. When we go above this line, we get a nice power move. Okay, if you want to learn more about this, guys, I'm going to leave you a link below. I have free courses, and then I have the paid courses. Okay, and you get to be in the bull ring, guys, for less than $1 a day. Okay, also, if you guys are finding value, please subscribe and share the video with your family, your friends, your team, so that everybody is aware of what's going on in the stock market, especially if they want to invest. All right, so now let's take a look at the big picture with SPY. Okay, you can see here, guys, we have our original support from back in February, and we touched this area again. This was support, and we bounced off it today. Not sure what's going to happen tomorrow, and I'm going to show you something that is really going to boggle your mind. If you know candles, then you know what this candle here means, guys. Okay, look at that. Price was pushed down. That's a green candle. Doesn't mean it's bullish. It's more on the bearish side. And then you can see the next candle was pushed down as well. Okay, did find a little support there, but let's see tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now we know where the main support is at. Okay, are they going to break that support? Now, if you like watching levels, you like spotting levels, guys, check this level out here. We had resistance back in February right there, and then we had more resistance same time in February, and now we are finding that not only once, okay, but twice. and that was today. So this area is a lot of resistance for SPY. It's going to take a lot of money to get these guys to go up. Okay, so now, just like I say in every video, okay, we can pull back up. Okay, we can get past this, and then we could see a pattern on the way up. Okay, we have to pay attention to these large candles that do have wicks on top of them that are previous resistance areas. Okay, so I don't know if SPY is going to go up tomorrow. My personal belief, it's not. And I'm going to show you what I think might come in handy for you guys. Let's take our info line. So with our info line, we know from this resistance area down here, we went down $8. Okay. And then today we found support and we went back to the resistance line, which is almost $8. Okay. Now, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Okay. Do you think we're going to go down and fill that gap back down? Or do you think after here we take off and give it about $8, which would be right around this resistance area there? Okay. Which one is it going to be? Okay. I think because of earnings, this is not going to be good. I think they're going to try to run it up to scare people out of their puts because there is a huge number of puts out there. Okay. And they're going to try to take the price out so you get out of your puts. So you need to understand how the market works when it comes to your call options and your put options. Now, one of the recommendations I'm going to make for you guys and gals, okay, is that you look at the 30-minute chart, look at the 15-minute chart, okay, and you can see what happened in the last hour and a half with SPY. It just started climbing down until we close under 500, which gives us a bearish feeling. Okay, let's see if they're going to fill this gap tomorrow. Now, on the info line, we said $8 move. We are here now. We could potentially come back down here and test. That's $4. And if they continue to go down, okay, that's already filled. If they lose that battle, okay, they're going to have another test here. So 490. So we can go 498 to 490, like I said, or we can go the other way around and start retesting that resistance. Okay, what's your best bet? Your best bet is to use my indicator, guys. Use the clouds to guide you. Okay, now you understand where SPY is at. I'm going to show you a couple of the tickers, but before I do that, I want to show you what happens when you enter SPY. Okay, here is SPY on the 5-minute. And let's draw this out. I want to make it nice and pretty for you guys. Well, not pretty, but I'm going to show you. So this was the entry here. And you can see that SPY, once it went down, and we're looking at the price label over to the right whenever we're trading. But once you entered here, okay, you can see that SPY never came back up. So your stop loss would have been okay. And then you can take profits here or you can take profits there, guys. Okay. Same thing here. If you entered on this cloud, you can see that your stop loss wouldn't have been hit because the stock never came back down. It just continued to go up. You could take profits there, take profits there, and so on and so on. Okay. Same thing over here. You enter the stock. And the stock never came up. If you have a stop loss, it didn't come back up here. It just continued to go down after the cloud flip. Okay. So understand that if your stop loss ever gets hit, guys, is because you're not using a good tool to help you get in and out. Okay. Now, if you want to try this out, guys, if you want to go in the bull ring and trade live with me, check out the description. I have a link there for you guys, and I got a special going on. Put it in the comments. Hey, coach, give me the special code to get a discount. So let's take a look at the other tickers, guys. All right, let's look at the big bull in the room, guys. That's Nvidia. You can see once this cloud flipped here, Nvidia just took off this morning. So So if you play the clouds, that would have been a great entry. I don't play the first half hour, but then look at this right in here, guys. Another entry right around 10:30. And then you had another entry on this cloud flip right around 11:40. And then I put Nvidia in a channel because I want to see if it's going to go down and affect the stock market. And we can see that it did a little bit right there. And then it started to come down, but then came back up, and it's kind of going across. So tomorrow, Nvidia has the same thing that SPY has, guys. It's a gap now. So it could fill this gap all the way back down here. Okay, that's $20. Or it could continue on the way up. So it could take off from where it left off and maybe hit that resistance there or that resistance. So that would put us at about $17 or $25 if it makes it to 822. So 822 and 813 or 814, just to make it easy, say 814 and 822 are going to be targets for Nvidia. If it doesn't get up there, it's going to start making its way back down. Okay, now let's talk about the big boy that is losing it all, and that's Tesla. So Tesla continues to make its way down, and tomorrow they have earnings after the market closes. But let's make sure we understand that Tesla has some gaps it can fill on the way up. So if it pops up for whatever reason, okay, these are the gaps it can fill. So make sure you guys understand, especially this one here. Okay, we could see it popping up into the 140 or the high 140s for tomorrow. Okay, now I personally am short Tesla because I don't think anybody is ready to invest in Tesla, and I don't think they're going to buy anything tomorrow after earnings. I can't imagine Tesla's going to say that they have a better outlook and they're going to make a lot of money and you should buy our stock. Okay, this is where I have Tesla, guys, on the daily. Okay, we had a head and shoulders. We broke that neckline, and then now that neckline is being filled. Okay, and it started coming back up, but guess what? It started to reject right around the neckline. If you see that area right in there, okay? And if you understand trading and stocks, what happens when support becomes resistance? That's right. That's very bearish, and that's where the stock is heading. We had a bear flag here, and if we finish filling this up and then the head and shoulders, Tesla's going to see 100, maybe 105, and then Tesla could potentially make it down to $75. So understand that when it gets to $75, there will be lots of buyers. I will be one. So keep an eye on Tesla. We have earnings tomorrow. So I hope this helps, guys. Until the next video, I'm wishing you a green day.